Hi everybody, welcome back to Kaelie Reads. Sorry, trying to figure there. Um, Welcome back to Kaelie's Reads. Let me, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to pull up my, how do I pull up the chat? Hold on. Okay, whatever. If you check my last live stream that was streamed, well, technically 16 hours ago is what Google says this stream right here. I'm going to, now that my spreadsheet should be going the right way. That seemed, yeah, that was it. Okay, everything is good there. I'm gonna pull up my form that I talked about in my first live stream, technically yesterday, but YouTube says it is 16 hours ago. Well, hold on. Let me unlock this phone. So there are two spreadsheets. Or no, there are three spreadsheets that go off of my form data that I'm going to show you. Let me go back to the first one is the reading log, so none of my spreadsheets that are connected to my form have any drop downs. So it's relog, TBR, and then my 2026 acquisitions spreadsheet here. Those are the only three that have forms. Hold on just 1 second. Let's see. Okay. Sorry. Okay, that should not mess up. So let me go and grab my form here. So if any of you don't know, I use two different series, or no, two different website tracking I use the Storygraph and then Goodreads. But I have one big Excel workbook um, that I started. Oh, I don't even know. Well, you'll you'll see the first four. I think I have a spreadsheet. Um, I think I have a couple playlists that have the different forms of my spreadsheet and how my spreadsheet has evolved. Um, yeah, that's what I need to do. Sorry, I was very confused. First, I want to go. And yes, I know this. Um, the only language I read in is English, so I have to go through and change all these to English. I am slowly but surely trying to do that. Um, I'm gonna leave the stuff that I don't know blank, and I'm just gonna add another edition of this book, but in English. And then I'm gonna go here and switch to that. So, nice thing about the string earth is, like I just did there, without having to get a librarian to do it for you, you can add new books to the database, and then the other users can add the information that they do have. The other readers can add, if they search up this book for the English version, they can add any of the information that is missing that they have access to. I just didn't want to take the time to look up the information from Goodreads and add it into Storygraph right now. I'm just trying to get all my languages that I can switched over to the proper ones that I actually read. Uh, I don't know if that's available in English, so I'm just gonna do it in paperback, and it will add. This one I know is English. And if I keep looking over here, it's because my phone is over there. Or if I keep looking down, I have a smartwatch on to see notifications. So if I'm like one of two places, or if I talk, and I'm not talking about books, I'm talking to one of my 4 animals. Sorry, I held up 5. I only have 4 animals. I have my service dog, 1 family dog, and then 2 family cats. So that's what the whole situation. Anyway, let's go and add let's go ahead and get my form open. Sorry. Okay, so here's the form that is connected, and none of my questions on my form are required because it's got 3 different sections. So, and I got rid of Goodreads by mistake, so I'm gonna do that and reopen that page, move that over. Um, well, so let me go here, and then I'm to click add. Sorry, I'm getting this all set up for me to fill out the forms for the um. I just want to. Yep. I'm gonna see. Go to my TBR page, and I want to see what the. What? There, that's fixed. I'm going to. Okay, so we've got these rooms. Looks like we've got quite a few I need to add to my TBR part of my form. This is not um and I want to see and normally what I do when I put these into the form for the TBR part anyway, so I will go over here to um sort of make sure that they're all this one, and then so I'm gonna check and make sure that I have this element tagged, and then click on the tag. Okay. So then we go to the form, put in the title, put in the author, and for some of these questions on my PBR part of the form, you may be wondering how do I go and change it later without having to refill out the form. Um, I will show you. I will quick show you, and then I'll turn it back to what the actual question is, or actual answer is. So, format is digital, then it's going to be to read, and then we're going to go back here and go to the very bottom, so read, shattered, winded. Okay, so we want to look at this form, or look at this added date, but I want to see, um, so January 12th, 2026 is when I added this. So, 12th, 2026, and what is the tag? Is M. Just 1 second. Let's see. Hold on. I'm looking. Thing. Why is it saying? Sorry, my phone keeps saying I have no Wi-Fi connection. Connected to Wi-Fi. Okay. So for tag, for tags. Um, I know it's basically since I organize all my both my Goodreads and Storygraph by trope. Storygraph calls them tags, Goodreads calls them shelves, and I imported all my. So I basically took the Storygraph export and I exported it, and it for me automatically opens exports export downloads into the Storygraph. Or it when I download the export, it opens it in Excel. So I just opened that export in Excel, comment or moved that Excel sheet into my book trigger Excel workbook, added got rid of the information that I didn't need, added the headers in yellow and white text instead of just the white box and black text, and then um and then named that tab TBR, and then when I created the form, I just copy and pasted the name of all those columns. I did this for every sheet that's on there, and so I could tell, since all my answers of the forms go into one sheet connected to my tracker, I just changed it to say what what sheet the data was going into. So that's why all the questions say TBR, um, and then what the information is. So I need to, and then I don't own this one. No. So the only information that would probably get changed as far as what's on the form is it would be the red status would get changed, and then the owned and off TBR questions would get changed. So then I just click next. Since I have no acquisitions to add, because I haven't purchased any new books, I'll just leave those questions blank, like I did with the red, like the first page, and then I will click submit and see if that pops in place. Please pop in place. Is it not going to? Hold on. Let me go to see where my form data is. Oh, it's because it's down here in 19 instead of where it should be. And since all the other ones are blank all the way across, I'm just gonna grab where um this is, and I'm gonna grab this, click this, click that. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Now I'm gonna just delete those columns so it moves that column in place below that one. And I want to see. So since I fixed it, now that glitched out. So because I glitched some of this out, because of, I don't know why my form keeps adding it and random spots and not going in order, I'm going to go, I just go to the one above, and then and I click this little part here, this little green box that you guys can barely see, probably, and then it automatically moves the formula down the rest of my columns so there's no more riff error ones. So let me show you how I will change the red the status here. Um so we're gonna go back to data form and go to the one that says shattered here. And I'm gonna change that to be, instead to change it to be red. And then I'll change this to be, instead of no, whoops. So, okay, so instead of no, it's gonna be yes, and then tab, and then this is gonna be yes as well. There we go. Okay, so I changed the stuff there, and then I go back to TBR and see those used to say no and to read, and now they say yes. So that's how I will change that when I read a book, and then when I want to search what books have been taken off my TBR, I will click unclick select all and then click no. Actually, no, I would click yes. And then there's all the ones that when they are taken, there's all the ones that say yes, that they were taken off my TBR. So let me get rid of the filter now. And here, if I want to see what books are on my TBR that I own, you would unclick everything else and click yes. So here's all the ones that are all the books that I own, and then say, so you would filter the owned column, and then you would filter the off TBR column to say no. And with both of those filters on, here's all the books that I get. So then I'm gonna click clear all that, and then click clear the filters. So then let me go undo, 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 and then it will fix all the things I changed. Here, a minute. Okay, so now everything should say to read and no again. So let's go back and make sure that all those are switched on my. Yep, all the all of them are switched on my GRL. So now that I showed you how I would change columns, I want to click this blue link that says submit another response. But in order to make sure that I don't add the same book twice, I'm going to delete this tab that is just the book. And then I'm gonna okay, I am going to Google this for a second because I think the author on Goodreads is or they just forgot the A, but I think it is wrong. So I'm gonna paste that. Yeah, that one. I went to see it says. Well, let's say who the there is. No, I don't. I don't see. Sorry, I'm moving this closer to me. Okay, I don't think these are not the right. Um. Yes. Oh, it says so. She is the creator, or she is the adapter. But then, yeah. So, adapter is that, and then she is the actual author. That's what is going on. I am going to search the author here a second. So, yep. So we actually want to. Uh, I'm gonna remove from shelf, and then I'm gonna grab this one. Actually, hold on just 1 second. Because I have my thing, my Amazon connected to my Goodreads. I can click this. Well, that loads. Yeah, let's go. And then, okay, so we're gonna click that. Okay. So this is the author. I don't know why it is pulling that one where she's the other, where the adapter is the author, because even on Amazon, oh, it's because she's first, so it pulls. On Amazon, it says other contributor, and it's pulling her first. That's why. But, okay, we are going to go back here. Go to, I want to skip. Sorry, hold on. I'm moving my mouse. There we go. So, so here on the first page is my red books. So we went to scroll down to the bottom. Okay. And then let's click next. Here's the TDR things. Paste. Whoops. Cut. Since I have the author copied, we're gonna close that, and then this. And then we grab this. For the title, now I'm going to paste that digital. It is to read. When did it get added? January 19th. Oh, and I need to, whoops, that's the wrong one. I need to do this here. I need to edit that there and click what and do the right post. And then let me refresh that stuff. And then I need to do owned here as well. So I think I also need to do it here. And here's how I do this. Here's how you tell me go into edit and then click owned books for Goodreads. Now I'm gonna hopefully load my computer. Pile is what they call it on right now. Yep, and they did. So I'm going to add this. There's nothing. Okay, maybe. Okay. So then we want to go add, and here we're going to click add edition because people have done that for me already. And I'm going to add in and we're going to click add. So then I'm just going to click add to lead there. And then click switch here. And then we're gonna leave that like that. So this is another reason why I do this, is because then it forces me to make sure that I have them on both my websites. Oh, now it changed the added date to today, even though it was added a while ago. And there is no tag, but because I don't like having blank boxes, I'm going to put in actually, okay, I'm going to actually put this under need to read to find top shelf on Goodreads, and then we'll scroll down here, copy this, whoops, did not copy over like I wanted it to. And I do own this one, but it's not off my TBR. So let's add our next. Scroll down to the bottom. Submit. And then let's click this one I want to do. Okay, now all of these. And the reason why I have a non-exclusive shelf um, for this on Goodreads and or Goodreads and not Goodreads, and then it's by default. Then it's not like a since, and then it's just a normal tag over here because when you have an exclusive shelf on a custom exclusive shelf on Goodreads, it goes wrong page. It will pop up here. But um, the story app doesn't let you add exclusive, like any of your tags to the drop down here. It just becomes a normal tag. So, but when it's an exclusive here, the since it's not on your want to read shelf on Goodreads because it's exclusive, when you export your Goodreads to your 3F, even though that you know it's ones you need to read, um, this to read button will not be blue writing and black box. It will be a blue box and gray, like black writing in it. It'll be like these boxes here. The blue boxes with the arrow, except it will say to read instead of have an arrow in the box, but the writing will be gray. So there's that. Now I want to go check and make sure again it's not added. So I want to scroll down, which I don't know why. Okay, so it is adding where it should add now. Um, what? Okay, and do follow her. I don't know why. I don't know why. What is that? Sorry. Hold on just 1 second. Now that that's popping up like it should, I want to wrong page. It's not showing up. So I'm just gonna grab that out of the way, crest, and then there we go. That should fix it. I may have to continue to do the movie, um, move the formulas down, but that's one little step compared to what I had to do before I got rid of those extra boxes. So, let's go to the next one. Add response. Hold on, I do want to check and make sure. Yeah. Okay. So now let's grab. And sorry if you hear my show in the background. I have the TV on for the dogs, so they can. And don't worry, I will go back and change the ones that I do need to change. But I'm just going and doing the ones that I don't need change right now. Then we have to scroll down, and it's again January 19 is when it was added. So today we're gonna do 19, and then we need to change the the title here, which is Sideline the Cute and copy and then paste, and then next, and then submit. I put book 2 before I put book 1. That's okay. So the stuff is the book, that little notification that just gave me told me that it has the form information over here, but it is not popping up like it should over onto the actual form, which is okay. I just went ahead, I did shift and then I used my arrows to select all the boxes, and then see this little green box here. When my thing turns black, I double click on that and it will gray out the box that that I selected. So when I wanted to move when I wanted to put this book in, it was this row above it, and then double clicked on the green arrow or green box, and it moved all that information into the box below. So now that we know it's going to do that, and I'm going to have to do the green, when I have to do, since I have to do so many, but we figured out that I have to go over to the end and then click the green box to get actually show up in this page and not just in the form data thing, form data sheet. I am going to just go and I'll put in all the responses that I need to put in, and then I will go and add them to the TBR sheet first. One thing I do want to um, check, hold on just 1 second. That's fine. But I am gonna check to make sure that my form data is going. Okay, since I will have to show you how I had to do it originally when I add to my red books, if I ever add to them. Probably not add, I probably won't add to them today on this live stream, but I will make a video. Um, I will make a video adding to my red books at some point. No, thank you. Sorry, I'm going through and clearing all the notifications off my watch, which means they should clear off my phone as well. There. I will show you. So when I go to put in red books, for some reason it's on the form is putting uh the books in row 17 and not starting the with the rows above it and not going in order. So with that reasoning, I have to go and um since the TBR, since all my questions are in order and I fixed it um for the TBR section, it may actually go in order when I add to my red books now, but if it does not, I will have to copy and paste and move it up to, it would be row 10 for the red book questions, and then that means I will have to go and move or basically do what I did with the green box on the reading along page, like I did on the TBR page. So here is what my reading log page looks like. Let me. So the four data only starts. It starts here, actually. Hold on. I'm gonna fix. Okay, so I need to fix the. Hold on. Then don't turn pink. Okay. I need to fix this because it's glitching on me again. I want it to be. I think I know. Okay. Is it gonna do the same thing if I get rid of that? Yep. So all this. I need to do this. I'm gonna do. Okay. It won't let me clear it here. So I'm gonna do. Sorry, I have to fix this right now or I will forget and it will bug me. Sorry, I let go of the shift button. I was all the way where I needed to be. So, I'm trying again. Okay, hold on, just one. I'm actually going to select this whole thing, and then select this, and then, is it gonna, go and see and make sure. So let me do riff, riff. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why this is glitching so bad. But it is, and it's gonna drive me nuts if I don't fix it. $15, $16, $17. Okay. There we go. There. There we go. That's all fixed. Yeah. Shoot. Okay. Nope. And yes, I know it has in the drop down or in the formula bar when I click on the times. Um, but it doesn't show it when I'm actually looking at the for when I'm looking at the format in the um, when I actually hit enter and then out in the formula bar, it doesn't show up. So I just ignore it when I'm and it looks like some of these ones aren't. I'll have to go back and put in, because not the formula only starts with the um, Humboldt book down at the bottom there, but the formula only starts when you get into the 400s. Right now I'm in the hundreds trying to fix the times. So let's try and get here's the thing of attack now that I showed you the formats. I'm gonna try and go back to my older books that were already in here before the farm, fix the formats, and fill in the empty boxes that need to be filled in. And then I will fix, and then I will input the more TBR books later. I have until 4:40 or a little after to stream for you guys. Looks like this is gonna fix this one. Here a second. I'm gonna get rid of this. There, yeah. 9 hours. So I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do, well, did I get rid of that? So we're gonna get rid of 9 hours. We're going to add a 0 in front of it. Whoops. Do I not have my numlock is off? Numlock is on. Sorry, that was weird. No. We'll have to add the 9 back in place. There we go. There's that. Okay. All these are filled in before. And then I'm gonna get these Yeah, we'll have to figure out which ones. I think it's in the 200s or 300s that not all the boxes are filled in. So let me go and fix. Right, minutes, hours. This is how I spend a little bit of my time each day. And normally I play music, which I suppose I could because my earbud isn't connected to you guys, and you guys wouldn't be able to hear it. But just in case I start singing, because I like to do that when I'm sitting by myself, I don't want to get copyrighted. So, there we go. And get rid of this, that, there, get rid of the extra space. Some of these, some of these when I changed the formula, since they had 0, they changed already. So that's why some of them are changed and some of them aren't. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth. Okay, I need to do more. Sorry, I gotta figure this out. Uh, check. Hold on. Let me. Why the hell? Hours and minutes. Okay. Yep, that's right now. Yep, we're slowly but surely gonna get to the bottom here. Which one am I missing here? There we go. No. So let's fix this one. Wait, I want to make sure that I'm looking at the right one. Is it multicast? Oh, yeah, it's multicast. It's 7 hours, 6 minutes. So let's go 07 06. Okay, now let's go back up and fix all the ones that need fixed, and then we'll know where the blank ones I need to search up. Okay. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we've done. And let me show you why I'm changing the format of the Times. Here. This is how the minutes read gets. And that's how she had that's how she had it formatted in her Google Sheet version. So now I have to go through and change how my audiobook length for my older books is formatted. So it actually counts. So the more audiobook length I have. So I'm tongue twisted. So the more I change in this column to look like this, the more that stat will go up. Um, which means, and the more I make sure have these filled out, the more I will, the more I will get this added. Well, not for the rep column, but I think she has a, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. I thought she had a graph that said audiobooks, but maybe not. So, okay, which one? So I think this set is wrong. Hold on. Let me get. Oh, yeah, I know why I kept all of these checked, just in case they add. So since I don't create my um, since I don't transfer my own sheets or create a new sheet each year, I just continue to add this one for the creators that I took, that I used their templates that they give to the public to do. Like say Novelty Corner, who has all the graphs and stats and stuff like that, and then Sydney, and then the creator that I get the challenges from. So the Read the World challenge, the challenge, this one I made myself. Um, well, technically, I just took her series tracker, how it looked and how it works, minus the active column, and I duplicated that one, named it challenges, and changed some of the columns that she had, and added some other ones um, that she did. So, long story short, whenever a creator that I use, or like how they do something in their spreadsheet for, say, 2027, I will add those different things to the this Excel. Again, they use Google Sheets, I use Excel, so I do have to modify a few things so it works with Excel, but the basis of the sheets are from them. So let's see. So I'm going to add some, continue adding books to this, to the TBR page. So yeah, that one I changed so that can be closed. And then, okay, it bumped us back to the beginning, but I am going to load some of these so I don't have to wait for them to load that way. Okay. So let's go to the TBR, and then let's grab this. Copy that. Sorry. Then we're gonna here paste that. Copy this. Paste it. And sure that that's digital. And then I'm going to go. Oh, sorry, I have to stretch this. And then, and what? Sorry, I got distracted because my mom got more deliveries. I'm looking for added date. So that is okay. That can't be changed. And it was added January 1926. Let me ensure that I'm looking at the right column. Yes, I am. So it would be January. January 19th of this year. So let me go and do that. And then I want to do that there as well. Let me see. Okay. January 19th, 2026. And then copy this. This one I do not own. This one is not off. Okay, let me make sure that it went into my data. Um, what? Hold on, just one second. I forgot what I was actually gonna use my phone for, and now I was going. Sorry, I'm trying to see. Hold on. Yeah, there it goes. It's showing it live. Since I can't pull up the chat through my um recording software for some reason. Um, oh, it stopped recording, but it's still live streaming, so that works for me. But since I can't pull up the chat on my recording software here on my laptop that you're seeing, I am going to pull it. I pulled it up on my phone. Sorry. if I just do this. From there so I can see the chat. Hold up. Okay, so let's see. TBR. To get to the TBR question. Yep, there we go. So all these are in order now. I think I am going to lengthen this here so I can see the whole. Okay, so all of them are going in where they should be now. Yep. Okay, there we go. Let me add these in. Okay, so there's those ones. We're going to click add. Another. And then I'm going to go here. I am also going to add this one here. Megaverse. 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 I'm just adding the tags in on here, and then I also need to add them to this right now, but I will do that when I get the chance. Probably off screen. Okay, actually. You will notice that some of them are not tagged. That's because they are kid books. So I think I actually want to add sorry, I'm backlit, so I think I fixed it. Yeah, I did. So I have okay. Some of these are not romances and they're kid books, so I am going to leave the non-romance slash non-fiction book. So my non-fiction books and my kid books do not get a shelf of their own. they just get added to the one to read, and that's all they get added to. Whereas my romance books, because I read so many romance books, because it is the main genre I read, um, and I review a lot, and people always ask me in their comments on my blog that um, that um, I get so many comments on my blog and social media asking me what trope it is. So that's when I started. And they also get sorted by trope and representation. Now, I don't have a lot of representation um, shelves or tags on the websites I use yet, but I am getting there and adding them as I read books that have that representation. Levi, wake up! Um, so let's see, which is my next book? What? Not their burden. You will notice on my TBR part of my my uh form um that there is no, what is it? There is no, what is it called? Oh, there is no trope question. I just put the trope under the tags, and then the when I go to add it to my, so when I take something off my TBR, I will refill out the form. So if it's already on my TBR sheet, I will mark it as off TBR, but then I will go and fill out the red book version of that form, so it automatically goes over to the reading log and has all the correct information filled out right away. Oh. Oh, so on my reading log, on my reading log, there is a series and number in the series. I just like to know what number in the series I'm on. It does, the stats don't, like, the stats don't track the series. I don't believe so. That they track the series or the series number. And then you will notice that on my TBR form, there is no series name or series number question. That is because I don't like to track how many series are on my TBR. I just like to track how many series I am currently reading and what book I'm in there when I'm actively or have finished a book in a series. So that's why there's no serious question for my TDR, but there is for my reading log. I'm gonna get in on January 19th. Let me um check, make sure it's the right. I'm gonna change that. Okay. What book? Okay, we're gonna fix this. No. No. Next. Okay. There we go. Okay, wait. Okay, that did not work out. I wanted to, probably because I did not do. Okay, wait. This is wrong. Should be. There. That should change. There. Yep. Sorry if you guys heard that. That's my mom's dog. She's asleep right underneath me. I think they're pretty close to me, so it's. You may notice that I've been checking a lot of digital ones. That's because unless there's no digital version available, I only read Kindle. Well, whoop, that in the wrong. We'll fill out the ones that I make sure you double check that, yep, that is the right date. No, no, next, and then done. So then option. So this one can be, let's see, those are, So let's go back. Let's add them all here. So I can... Looks like she does holiday ones. And funny enough, I found a lot of these through Audible, and then some of these I found through Audible, some of these I found through TikTok. So I do want to double check something real quick. Okay, that's good. At least now I know how to get rid of duplicates if I need to. But I always try to double check that I have no duplicates before I fill out the form. Hold on. That did not work how I wanted it to. Next. I'm gonna grab all of this. Actually, no, I'm not. Just gonna grab this first one here. Because I don't need the rest of it on here. Let's scroll up. Oh, wait. I'm missing one. Hold on. First one. This one I want to click and double check that it is. Open that new tab. I want to double check that this is. Maybe if I search the author, I'll be able to. Okay, there is an ebook and an audiobook. Okay, so now let's go digital to read, and then let's see what the date added was, which would be the date added was 19. So let me change this one here to be switch that to be Kindle. So this was added on the 19th. No. Why are you doing? Why in the heck? Sorry, I have to move this closer to me. Why in the world is it copying that over? And why is it not copying this down? Caps lock hidden slash A is what I want. Okay. It's glitching, so I'm just dragging it all down. There we go. Now everything's filled in up above the. Sorry, I have to fix this, otherwise it drives me nuts. And okay, so that's full out. So now let's go and I can close this one and start filling out wrong spot. Um, And, you know, I did. So why did that not copy or did it? I'm just, yeah, it did. I was just looking at the blank one below. Okay, so let's first check what the format is that's available. Oops. Oh, and it copy over. don't have access to that one. So, remove my text. I forgot what was the last one, because I had to remove that one, so things around. Oh shit. That one's in there. So there's so then let's worry about getting the next one in here. Whoopsie, snuggle butt. Levi, are you being a snuggle butt? Yeah, that's what I call my service. Being snuggly. He was up here on the couch with me, and now he's not. I just added two more just now. Actually, I think I just said three more because it's a series. Digital. to read. And then 20. And that these two these these two skips out one and do. Let's go. According to this, the count is 1,014. 1,000 down there is the sum is 14194. That is how many authors or how many books I have on my. Or no, it's not. That's the total number of columns, because I did not just do my ones that are filled in. And then let's see. I need to rearrange what this is for right now. Because I need to. Oh, that one gets closed. Nope, that one stays. this one moves. Okay. So we're almost done. Here, I am going to so there's that. So now let's add this in. January 23. No, no. Next. That's it. you know next. And to close this one, copy that one. Okay, I have to hop off. Bye guys, have a nice night.